Piaget's model is different, but I think it actually really kind of creates an overlay in a very nice way. Piaget says that what's going on at this earliest stage is what's called the sensory motor stage, where it's the experience of the world not with anything conceptual or anything symbolic, but only in the physical contact with things, with objects around. But the core developmental progress that's made is what's called the concept of object permanence. So the baby experiences the touch of the mother or the father, or the touch of an object. Initially, when that parent, that person, that object is removed, and the baby no longer sees that person or feels that person or hears that person. So initially for the baby, that person is now completely gone. They don't exist. There's no sense of existence for that person's there. What develops in this initial stage is the idea of object permanence, is that when that person or object now reappears, the baby begins over time, over the continual experience of appearance and disappearance, essentially the game of peekaboo. It's no coincidence that people do that with babies so naturally, because that's actually what's happening for the child. What they begin to develop is the ability to know and to trust, which is where I think this fits back into Erickson's idea. They begin to develop the ability to trust that even when this thing is gone, it's actually still in existence and it will return. And the ability to experience something as leaving and coming back is so important for the child's development, because if the child only experiences, let's say the child was given 100% of the time perfect, unflinching, unwavering connection, that the parent decided to wear a baby carrier, let's say, for the first 6 months and never let the baby off of their body. So the baby would never experience any distance, any sense of separation. What would happen is that the baby would actually not be able to develop trust, because the baby in that foundation level of the map, as we're talking about, would never, the map would never be able to integrate and to have mapped onto the nervous system the possibility of misattunement and then attunement again, of being able to experience separation and then togetherness again. And that's an essential part of our development in life. We need to be able to experience that something goes wrong, something distressing happens, and then we can come back into regulation. We can go into distress and then back to regulation. We can experience separation and then come back to togetherness. We can have that the object is no longer here, but then it comes back, that sense of object permanence. It doesn't disappear. It's not completely going MIA. It's not leaving my life. It's not leaving existence. There's just separation. The ability to have that experience is so essential for everything we're going to experience later in our lives. So part of the experience for the child is actually not to be cared for in that overly enmeshed, overbearing kind of a way, which the attachment is there 100% of the time, but it's to be able to experience attachment in a way that creates trust, that creates that object permanence.